Hello there. I am Kathy Freeman with Kathy Freeman Art, and I wanted to get on here today to share some ideas with you about coloring Easter eggs. It's getting that time of year, and there's nothing more festive and enjoyable than actually coloring Easter eggs. This is a little technique that I discovered and tried out today, and I wanted to just walk you through the process so that you would know how to do it. These eggs are beautiful. Let me get those under the camera. Whoa, there we go. Look at the colors. Look at the colors on these. They are just gorgeous. Now, I wanted to keep things as natural as possible, which pretty much 100% natural because these are hard boiled and I wanted to be able to eat them. And a lot of times when you use paints or things, they could possibly be absorbed into the egg and then making the egg not edible, or I don't know. I just don't know that I would want to eat it. So this is completely natural, everything I used, and should be safe to eat after. Let me walk you through what exactly I did. And I'm going to go ahead and minimize my screen. Let's see if that does it. Wrong. There we go. Okay, this is the completed eggs here. But before I take you through that, let me walk you through what you need to do yourself. I'm going to keep this short so that it's not a very long video. In this bowl, what I did is I took two different kinds of onions, a red onion and a yellow onion. I took the skin, that, real flaky stuff that you take off anyway, right there. I took all of that off and chopped it down into small little tiny pieces, broke them down, and then within that, I also cut up little pieces of paper and then just mix that all together. I took the eggs. I had not boiled them. They're completely raw. Just made sure they're nice and clean, which obviously you get them from the store. They're always clean. Took that egg, I dumped it in a little bit of water, and then I just rolled it around in here like you would if you're battering something, so that these little things, these little skin pieces and that would grab onto the egg. Some of it did and some of it didn't. And so I'll tell you what I did from that point forward. Before I actually took those eggs is I grabbed some nylon. Good old nylons. Women are hardly wearing these anymore. So I went to my drawer, found some that I wasn't using, and I cut them off. I used the toe end, cut about, 3 inches or so, just so that it would be able to fit the egg completely, and then I could tie it off. And then I cut a couple of other pieces. With that nylon, I then took that nylon and I took a rubber band's a tiny one, and I completely closed it off. Let me show you with this one. It's done here. See, I closed it off with the rubber band, leaving this one end opened. So now you've got your sock, whether it's the toe and it's just like a little pouch, or you've created it like I did by putting a little rubber band on one end and having the other end opened. And then you take that egg, which I just explained to you, and you dump it in that water and get it a little bit. It doesn't have to be soaking, but just enough so that it can grab some of this. You open up that nylon and then put that egg down inside the nylon. Stick it down inside the nylon. So you'd open that up and you stick the egg down inside. And then from that point, you can go ahead and take more pieces and go around the egg so that you get your egg nice and covered. I found that the more I put on of this, then more variation of color I did get on my eggs. So now you've got your egg wrapped up in the nylon. You'll go ahead and you will close off the other end so that it's completely encased in the nylon rubber bands, and it's completely encased. I then took this egg Let me move that over here. And I put it in a pan of water. I placed them all in there. I made sure the water covered the egg. And I put in about 4 tablespoons. I used white vinegar. You could use apple cider vinegar. Either will work. And I put in just a few drops so that my water was completely green. And I left it there. I turned it on high and began the boiling process. Once it came to a rolling boil, I then put my timer on and I let it boil for 10 minutes. I made sure it was 10 minutes. I even went a minute or two over, but I did 10 minutes of that. When that was finished, I took it off, let it kind of cool down a little bit, put some cool water in there, cold water, poured out the hot, and then proceeded to take the egg out of the pan and move it over onto this paper towel. And so I've already opened up 3 of these. I did 4, but I opened up 3 of them, and I'm saved this last one to show you what it kind of looks like, so you have an idea when it comes out what we're looking at. So I'm going to just take my knife. You could use scissors, and I'm going to, I mean, you could even undo the paper towel. I mean, not the paper towel, sorry. Let's just try scissors. Cut through that just nicely. There we go. You take it out and see the onion is, let me get that up there so you can see the onion on there. And you'll want to do this over your sink. I don't have, I have some little water here I can use, but it'll be easier because with that running water, you can then proceed to easily, this comes off very easily. Start pulling this off of the shell of the egg. Just like so. And of course, where the paper was, or the white paper, or you get the green color coming through where the onion skin is not. You get these wonderful colors. Scratching that right off there. You take a wet paper towel. Like I said, it's so much easier to do this under a running sink. There we go. And be careful as you do it. Don't be hard with it because you can see you can start pulling off some of that color as you do that. But there you go. Beautiful, beautiful texture on here. Let me finish wiping that off. There we go. And then I let that dry. And once it dried, I went ahead and I just took a little olive oil and rubbed over this. And it made it really nice and shiny. Look how pretty this one is. You've got the yellow from the yellow onion, the red, the yellow and the green mixed together and created, and it's got a little bit of a turquoise green color. That one turned out really nice. This one, let me grab, see if this is still has some oil on it. You can see how I'm just rubbing that on really quickly. You don't want to soak it too much, but just enough to bring that color out. And do it gently. This one really needs to be rinsed. Turns out so pretty. And there you go. An easy, fun way. Let's move that all over there. To color and decorate your Easter eggs for this holiday season. All right. Pop on over to my page if you're not there. And it's Kathy's Mixed Media, Kathy's Mixed Media, and go ahead and like so that you can get some of my videos when I pop up and I go live, and see what's happening. I am a mixed media artist and I focus on anything creative that has to do with mixed media. Have a good evening.